I've kind of mentioned this in videos before, but I feel like with the frequency of all of the kits that have been coming out recently, I haven't really been able to deep dive and really experience all of the new stuff the way that I would normally like to. I usually like to do a whole bunch of builds with new packs. I'll do a starter home, I'll do an all out, any pack, any price kind of house. Sometimes I'll do limited pack builds where I pair the new thing with some other content that kind of matches it. But recently there's been like 10 kits in the span of just a couple of months, and that's maybe a little bit of an exaggeration. But since there were so many of them, each of the kits didn't really have their own individual moment to shine. And I think we're gonna get like 5 kits in the next couple of months, so I'm trying to get ahead of this a little bit. So we need to go back in time and revisit the Bella Goth kit. I feel like this one kind of passed me by because it came out on the same day as my kit. So I was obviously a little bit preoccupied with that stuff from the Comfy Gamer kit. Nobody's surprised that I preferred that one and decided to use that one more. But also I got married right after these kits came out, so I was kind of busy and like not really around. I did make at least one build with it, but I want to try and do a build today where I'm using just the Bella Goth kit and the Life and Death expansion pack, because I feel like those two sort of pair well together, and maybe if we all still care about this, we could do a full reno of the Goth house with it. I just don't know if I'm cut out for that today. That feels like a scary task to take on. So right now we're on a big empty lot in Ravenwood, and I want to start by showing you the styled room from Bella's kit, because this is kind of like the Goth family's pre-existing living room, just upgraded a little bit. There's some really cool stuff in here, like this new couch. I think the highlight is this door. So this one in the middle of the bookshelves is actually a door. It's got 2 shelves that match it and then a really beautiful secret bookcase door in between. We've got a new fireplace, a new frame TV, a vanity table, and I think my favorite thing is this beautiful gallery wall. But you can kind of see how the Life and Death stuff matches it pretty well. Like this counter is so similar in vibe to this bookshelf. So I think that we can make these work as a combo. I'm also not gonna give us a budget or anything. I'm mostly just here for the vibes. I don't really have a plan either for like how many bedrooms we need or anything like that. All I know is that I want it to be kind of glamorous and also have a secret room. I'm not sure if this 3rd floor is gonna cut it or not, so we'll see. It might end up being a little bit too strange even for me. Do you see how it kind of looks like this? That's what I'm trying to do. I almost want to get like that sort of shape. Maybe this should be bigger. Oh my god, it looks so small. Small in a bad way. Oh no. I think I'll probably end up swapping a lot of the swatches out to be darker. I think maybe black or something would look nicer. I'm just kind of trying to get the shape first. What if it was all taller? Oh no. Sorry. Oh my god. That was a little bit funky looking, wasn't it? That was kind of weird. I'm trying to think about a way that we can have something more, I don't know, more roof, I guess, is what I'm trying to have. What if that was an extra balcony? Oh no. At what cost? No, it's probably better just to be flat. We can make this kind of weird and tall. This is like the weirdest thing I'll ever say in a video, but it doesn't have to look normal. It can look strange. I think that we can have like a little backyard patio space over there. Okay, I'm feeling a bit better. I would love to see about maybe putting some of these columns in the corners, but they look a little strange. My beloved Life and Death does have some very beautiful wallpaper that we can use instead, so that's fine. Makes a huge difference. We can also put a matching foundation, and I guess we'll do black on the roof, right? Because we're trying to go for a lot of dark colors. Basically black and red. Okay, I'm kind of trying to start to get doors and windows together. I guess I'll use that door because we want them to be able to access the balcony, and we need to be able to access the back door. So I'll use this one. Oh my god. I know it's a color problem. Like I know that that's what's causing it to look so weird. Once I change the swatch, it'll help, but wow, is it looking bad right now. Now this is a trust the process kind of build. You're gonna have to bear with me. I promise that we'll pull it together, but we have to get there first. I don't really feel like I'm that good at building this style. I've definitely struggled a lot with the Life and Death stuff just in general. That's kind of why I wanted to use it today. Okay, I'm trying to mix and match the windows a little bit. I swapped these out for the ones that have the rounded. I think it looks cool with the combo. I am having fun with this because it's kind of reminding me of the Sims 3 Goth house. I don't mean that in a bad way. Sounds like a bad thing, but I mean it in a nice way. It just feels kind of like my childhood, this house. I think with some ivy and like maybe some tall trees, it'll be good. I'm struggling with what to put right here. I don't know if this is gonna look good, so bear with me. I'm just gonna try it real quick. Can you build ceiling on that? Oh, that's bad looking. I do like it with a little bit of a bump out. I think it looks better that way. I don't know. The house is weird. It's a weird looking house. I'm struggling. I don't fully know what I want. I'm doing my best. I think that's good. Let's think about the floor plan. Wow, it's a weird shape. Oh dear. Oh, we're in trouble. Okay. Okay, I'm kind of starting with the bookcases because I feel like that's almost the most important thing we could do. I want this to be the secret room. It looks cool like that. It fits right there. We can do some sort of rug and like the living area in front of it. We need to have a staircase that I'm kind of thinking about putting over here. I think there should be a bathroom downstairs. Okay, I'm kind of trying to like better envision how this is gonna go. I've kind of messed up, I think. I don't know if it even looks good, but I think maybe the living room furniture could be laid out like this. I might even use this really cool coffee table. I don't know. But there's like a TV and a fireplace on this wall, big giant bookshelves. This arch will be what brings you into the kitchen, and we'll use those beautiful life and death kitchen cabinets. I wasn't sure about an island or if there should be like a peninsula or something. It's a little smaller than I thought it was gonna be. I'd love to have the dining table be in here because I like the shape of it, but I don't really like it being right next to the front door. I'd kind of like to have a separate space if we could make it happen. Maybe we do it like that, and I could possibly hide a little bar back there in that part. So then this becomes like a fancy formal entryway. We could have a piano or something. Oh, it could even be a grand piano. You know what? That's kind of cool. We could do like a grand piano and maybe even more of the bookshelves. This is gonna be like the most expensive house the world has ever seen. Okay, but imagine if the furniture looked nicer, if the colors were nicer. Imagine that this is kind of the layout that we're going for. You know, if we had a smaller coffee table, it would actually also help because we can scoot this way closer that way. Just gives us a little bit more room for walking. Secret office or something, some sort of secret goes in that room. Oh my God, that is so annoying, that clipping. Okay, here's what I'm thinking for this upstairs hallway. We basically have 3 bedrooms. There's a couple of bathrooms. Maybe this one's like a walk-in closet, I don't know. I also would like to have a staircase if I can, and I want it to be a nice looking staircase if I can. Yeah, see, something like that I think would be really lovely. This could be like Granny's room, so that's why they have a bigger ensuite bathroom. These are 2 kids' rooms. They share this bathroom. And then upstairs, my vision was that it would be kind of like a fancy lofted bedroom for Bella. We've got a separate bathroom still, but the whole thing could be like a big fancy bedroom. I'll use like the really nice bed. We can have a fireplace, a vanity, you know, all the good stuff. Where does that leave us? It's 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms plus a secret room. That's a decent layout. I think maybe we could benefit from like a little bit of a hedge or something to give us some more privacy, at least in this little part for our patio. And then imagine just some more trees filling it in. Huge difference, right? Oh no, I thought there was ivy in life and death. There's not. Oh God. Okay, we've kind of hit a wall with my original plan, so that's no good. We'll figure it out. I'll get us enough nice landscaping. It's gonna be so fine. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to come back and finish this tomorrow though, because I have to stream. So when you see me again, I will look different, but it's all gonna be one video. Don't worry. All right, I'm back. It's been a few days for me. I'm just trying to take this all in and figure out how I feel about it. I think that we could benefit from spending some time on the exterior first thing today, so I'm gonna start with that. I'm honestly just not that sure if I like this yet, so we're gonna have to add some stuff and maybe we'll get there. Things like lights on the porches, all that kind of stuff will go a long way, and landscaping. What we really, really need is landscaping. I think I'm gonna start by putting some bushes mostly around the exterior here. Is that clipping? Of course it is. I guess I'm going all the way around the exterior actually. But what I'm thinking is we'll do this out here and then we'll get a mix of some nice kind of like reddish tone flowers, put those inside the fence. It'll feel very Bella Goth. And then the whole place won't feel so gray, because right now there is a lot of gray and we need to try and improve upon that somehow. Okay, I'm gonna unfortunately get rid of, this is gonna seem really, really bizarre, but I'm gonna just put that staircase in the back for a second and I'm gonna get rid of the whole foundation so we can scoot debug landscaping really close. And I'm gonna break out the debug, show live edit objects. Okay. Oh, personally, I had not really considered this as an option, but I am kind of obsessed with that. It's like lilies. That feels a bit deadly, right? We could probably put some of those at least in this back patio. How is that clipping? Oh, just a tiny little bit. I think I might put this right here. I feel like it needs something in the front. And then we're gonna use some of these little green bushes in a few of the corners. I'm trying to do my landscaping a little bit different from how I normally do, because I'm aware that I have a tendency to do kind of like the same thing over and over. So I'm not gonna do any of the low-lying plants that I usually go for. door. We're gonna switch it up a little bit this time. And then we look at Life and Death, and Life and Death has those beautiful poppies. Oh, Life and Death also has these. Oh, I'm gonna use those in the front. That's gonna help us. Hold on. That's actually better than this is. We'll put those on both of the balconies back there. I can do it again up here. Okay. We don't really want lights in the front, do we? How does that look at nighttime? Ooh, never mind. I don't want it to be red. I did not like that. And I was wrong. I knew they had stuff like this. Here I fully convinced myself that I made up the fact that they had these plants. I knew they had some. There's maybe not as much as I would have liked. Oh, sized up is terrible. But we absolutely do have ivy for the sides. I must have just like fully scrolled past that when I was looking before, which is kind of embarrassing, but it's okay. I'm so sorry if I like stressed you out and you were yelling at the screen about how we did have some. We got there in the end, it's fine. All right, I'm just putting some of these around so you can kind of see them from the front. Then we can get our foundation back. I think I had it up like 4 high before. It was definitely kind of tall on purpose. Oh, I missed some. I've done this before with different Life and Death builds where I took these base game flowers and I raised them up so they would go inside of these little planters. I think that's great because it brings the red around a little bit more. And I can do the same thing like up here on the balcony, as long as I get it the right height. Yeah, I think it really helps to have some greenery way up there on that top floor. Also, where does the mailbox go? Maybe I just put it like here? I don't know. It feels like a very plain mailbox in like kind of a bad way. I actually don't like this anymore. Maybe I'll just put some of these things all the way down there in the corner. You are kind of clipping in a bad way. Well, we can just fill them in. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe I could put some more landscaping in this back corner. What if I use this thing back here? Because I loved this little tree, but it felt like maybe it was a little bit too big for the front. Yeah, I can add some more of the flowers down there with it. Okay, and then maybe in this front part, we get a different tree. I kind of want something taller. This one is like so tall, but the lot is quite tall. So I kind of want to have something like that just because maybe it's a little bit more appropriate scale-wise. I also feel like I don't like the vines. It's throwing me off. Okay, maybe if I got another couple of these trees in the back, just so you can see them. We could even just do one. What happens if they had planter boxes, not everywhere, but just like on this upper floor? I could probably put those in here too. Okay, I'm trying it with a few in the back. I think it helps. Okay. I put some more by the door. That helps too. Let's do the back patio because we're probably gonna want to get a little bit of landscaping. Okay, I put a couple of these by the front door. I want to do this back patio area now. I'm kind of thinking about putting a hot tub just because it totally fits back there. And also with the bucket list from Life and Death, they're constantly telling you to woohoo in different places. And one of the ones is to woohoo in a hot tub. So I actually found that I kind of needed a hot tub a lot when I was doing my Life and Death playthrough. So we can make sure they have one. I'll also put some lounge chairs. Bella Goth would love that. And we can do this. This puts some fairy lights hanging like from the tree into the rest of the space. I will get a kind of expensive grill and then probably a little patio table too. We don't have anything over here on this side of the yard, but we could definitely get a telescope or something. Just something small, an activity for you to partake in. I'm gonna have to cheat for money again. Okay, I think that just about covers the entire exterior. Let's get to work on the inside. So I think we'll probably start with the kitchen. Thankfully, we have all this Life and Death stuff, which is gonna completely change the game for us. I'm putting the sink in the fridge over there. I've got the stove on this half, and I'm thinking I'll get some kind of cool built-in cabinets. It fills in the space really nicely and it looks pretty. I think I'm probably gonna do black tile, at least behind the kitchen stuff. Oh, these are so high up. Maybe I should lower them a little bit more. We are definitely lacking in the curtain department for this space, which is kind of sad. Oh, I'm gonna need this in the dining room. I get this beautiful painting kind of in like a gold color. There's not a lot of wall space where it fits, which I'm finding kind of disappointing. But maybe I can make my own gallery wall. Perhaps we can kind of mix and match some of this Life and Death stuff, because there are a few things in the game that I think we could definitely fit successfully. Even like that clock is kind of perfect, or maybe this one because it's gold. And like money is no object here, so we can just use some of the expensive base game stuff. Okay, I will admit I'm not super interested in how this is looking right now. Maybe I lower these even more. How does that look? We could probably do that. It looks way better from the inside. So are we doing black paneling? I think I'm doing black paneling. Okay. Shockingly, this actually does not look anywhere near as bad as I expected. I do think that the red curtains were a little bit much. So maybe we try and incorporate red in other ways. I don't know. There's also like the possibility of white tile, but I don't think it looks that good. I feel like we're doing like black and gold as the primary colors in this room. Let's sit on that for a little bit. Okay, I think that these should be turned into black and gold because that matches the cabinets literally perfectly. And I think that that should stay red. We can do red on this fireplace. Okay, I'm kind of trying to go through all the rugs now and figure out what I want to use in here. I'm definitely struggling because the color schemes are not really giving what we are hoping. I'm not really getting what I'm wanting out of this. Okay, this chair is base game. This chair is life and death. They are so similar. I think I'm just gonna use the base game one because it matches the couch from Bella's kit. Okay, I also have this beautiful music player. I think I'm gonna let that stay red. I so desperately wish that we had other packs right now. There are like so many things I would like to use. I want the dine out plant. So many ideas, so little time. Okay, I'm gonna do, oh God, don't do that. Sorry. Oh, that was gross. I thought it was a good idea and then I placed it and I was like, ooh, maybe not. Okay, I'm gonna put this lamp on this table because it brings in some more of the gold color. Okay, I'm gonna use the life and death red chairs because these match basically perfectly. If these curtains could be sized up, I would like this genuinely so much better. I just want to have like a little bit more space. I would literally do anything for more curtains in the base game. I just don't really like that, but I guess it is what it is. Okay, let's put this grandfather clock in this main entryway. Maybe this little shelf could be cute right here. Can I put some roses on it? How do we feel inside of this living room? Oh my goodness. Oh, well, that is a very dramatic wallpaper that actually kind of saved the day just now. I like that a lot better than I thought I was going to. I am extremely impressed by that. I wonder if I should have put that along these walls. No, I'm gonna stick to it, I think, with the paneling in the kitchen. Okay, I realize that this is a very excessive red and black color combo. I know. I feel like that's the vibe. Okay, so in the entryway, we need some more red. So you can walk in this front door. We've got a grand piano. There's a bookshelf, a clock. You can go further into the living room and dining room. I think that works. I think this is working for me. Life and Death did come with a shower. Amazing. I'm also using the most expensive toilet in here because why not, right? This is a very bold choice, this ridiculous curtain, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I guess it's just a secret office. I mean, it's not really that fancy. I also don't really have too much of a desire to like hide that much stuff in here. I know it's a secret room, but like I don't want it to be weird. I want it to be kind of like a nice functional secret room. I'm not trying to make it like a storage vault for secret gold bars or anything. It doesn't really feel necessary to me to do that. Okay, here's a plan. We do a chess table. I wish that this rug came in more of a black and white color. Ooh, that has more red. I don't like the curtains. I do not like the curtains at all. But we could probably just size up base game curtains again. I prefer how that looks. Okay, I think the colors are adequately spread out. Let's move upstairs. I think I'm gonna put the bathrooms together first. I like to do this in builds like this because it helps me feel like I've made more progress than I actually have. They're like small, easy rooms. And so when I decorate them, it feels like, oh wow, I've decorated 4 rooms and I've made all this progress, but really the rooms are kind of tiny. Okay, so those are the bathrooms that go in this downstairs hallway. And now we gotta figure out how we want to decorate this hallway. I think I might get another one of these. This is the gramophone. It plays music. That's from the Bella Goth kit. And I know I use this downstairs, but I kind of want to put this in the hallway. Obviously it's a little bit big, but I'm trying to use more of Bella's kit. There's not that many items from her pack, so we're kind of limited in what we can do. Don't like that runner at all. I actually don't like most of the runners in this game, to be honest. The runners are definitely one of those things that they could probably do an update for and give us some more options. Oh, here's like a little life and death accent table. We could probably use that in the hallway. Okay, I'm distracted again. I know I have a telescope outside already, but what if we put another telescope on this balcony? Because how cute is that? And now I want to decorate this upstairs room. I think I'm gonna put the bed along this back wall. This is the primary bedroom, so it's kind of like the most important. I'd love to have another fireplace, but I don't think that's gonna happen for us, at least not in here. But what I can do and what I really need to have is this. This is the vanity table. I'll get that. I'll get the jewelry box. I put some art above this table. I'm gonna use this plant to kind of separate those two sides. I wonder if I dare use this picture again. I know I already used it once, but they're different swatches, so it's a different selection of pictures, right? It's okay. Okay, this brownish color is not really the same true red that we've got lot around most of the room, but I think that it matches the bed a little bit better. We also have a kind of similar color on this lamp. I don't know, it's not quite the exact same, but it's close enough that I think it works. We also have a mirror from the kit, so I'll probably put that. Is there like a poof? Maybe we can use this in here. That's the totally wrong color. Maybe just put it in black. It's really not my personal vibe. Like, this color scheme is not my favorite, but it looks like a nice primary suite, right? And then downstairs, we have 3 bedrooms. Oh my gosh, I am so silly. I almost forgot the tea set. This was like half the reason I was using this pack. Maybe I should have put that, wait, let's put that on the coffee table. I've officially used everything though from the pack. Oh no, you know what we could do? Tea again outside. Tea by the lounge chairs. That is perfect. Wait a minute. This is gonna be kind of weird from the outside. I don't know if you're gonna hate this. I covered the window. You can barely tell. I like the bookshelf in the hallway. Never mind, I'm gonna do that. Okay, now we can decorate the rest of the rooms. So this one is kind of like a second primary bedroom. They have a really big, really nice ensuite bathroom up here. So I'm gonna decorate it as such. And then this one will be a teen's room, and this one will be a kid's room. Oh, instead of a kid's room, we'll do it as a toddler's room, just so I can use the life and death bed. It's really not Bella Goth's house. Like, I think we've established that at this point. Okay, here's what I've got for this downstairs bedroom. I don't really like these lamps. Maybe I'll put them in more of a reddish color. Okay, so that's the downstairs bedroom. Maybe it's like grandma's room. I'm gonna do this kind of cutesy, like, owl theme in this little kid's room. Oh my God, this place is gonna belong to like the fanciest child you've ever seen. Why do they have such expensive stuff in their room? And they have a balcony, it's a toddler. I've given them some toys though, and the dollhouse. They're probably gonna need to have a toddler potty now that we've done this. So I'll put one of those inside of the bathroom. So I've given this kid, teen, whatever, I've given them a closet. Do they need it? No, not really, but they have one. So we can kind of decorate that space that way. And I think I'll try and give them, oh, that bed is so cute with this wallpaper. I won't use it though, because I already used that color. They can have more of like a purple and green. This will be the most colorful room in the house for sure. And honestly, even then it's really not that colorful, but it is still cute. Okay, they can have the ridiculous bookshelf too, because we might as well. And maybe this sim plays an instrument or something. We have a piano, but maybe they could play the guitar and the piano. Have some Grim Reaper posters above their bed. Okay, I think that everything is done except for the terrain paint. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill all of that in now. I feel like I don't love this build. I had really high hopes for it, but I think maybe this just is too dark for my liking. But that's kind of just the colors that matched together from these 2 packs. So I did what I could, and I'm glad that we tried it, even if it didn't quite work out as well as I had originally hoped. Also, I don't have a trash can. Maybe I'll give them one of those. Okay, so here's kind of like a top-down overview. You come in right here through this little front door. We have an entryway, piano room, downstairs bathroom, and then we have this big living area with the dining room, a bar, a living room. We have the kitchen back here. It's kind of a weird shape, this kitchen. It's a little bit different than what I normally do. I think I like that about it. And then through this secret door, you can get into the secret office. And upstairs, we have a long hallway. There's a toddler's room, a hall bathroom, Granny's room with their bathroom, and also that teen room we just did. They luckily have a closet. So all of these rooms have something nice about them. Like, one of them has a balcony, one's got a closet, one's got an ensuite. And then on the top floor, we have like the primary bedroom suite thing, and they have a balcony and an ensuite. And that is the finished product. I'm glad I tried it. Hopefully you don't hate it. And I'm gonna put it on the gallery. It is uploaded for you. I should have saved first. What was I thinking? Okay, we're good. I'm curious to hear, now that the packs have been out a little bit longer, what do you think about the Secret Sanctuary kit? Like, how do you feel about it? I like all the items, but I really struggled to justify the cost. Like, it's hard to recommend this one to you. So I'm kind of interested in knowing how you feel. Let me know down below. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay? Bye, everybody. Oh my gosh, I realized this was kind of a weird one too, because I recorded it over the span of 2 days, so hopefully it's not too all over the place.